Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. And for all of our business entrepreneurs, we help you sell your vision. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is It's Your Healthy Lifestyle. We're going to be talking about detoxing in 2024. And joining me is Mr. Roland Friedl. He's not here yet, but I just want to make a statement, a clarification. We're going to be talking about detoxing from sugar and carbs. There's all kinds of different detoxing depending if you have some type of substance abuse, but we're not going to be talking about that today. And we'll also be talking a little bit about our products from Juice Plus. I am a Juice Plus distributor, and so is Roland. And so I'm going to be talking a little bit about these capsules, these supplements, which I take every day. So before we do that, let's hear from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. And hopefully Mr. Roland Friedl will be with us then. So do take care, and here we go.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. This is the It's Your Healthy Lifestyle show, hosted by the founder of this platform, Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and myself, Roland Friedl. How important is your health and fitness to you? We show you how you can easily eat healthier every day, how you can improve your fitness and recover much quicker after your exercises and workouts. Families will learn how to optimize their children's health and nutrition. And finally, you will also hear how you live a long, healthy, and fit life into your old age. Join us here on It's Your Healthy Lifestyle.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We are here about to talk about detoxing in 2024. Many of you have probably made New Year's resolutions. How are you doing on them, by the way, as we're sort of at the middle of January already? And if you look at whatever your goals are, whether they're health related / longevity, or if they're fitness related, what are you doing to make sure that you've identified what are the steps in the process? What are the possible alternative feelings or symptoms that might come up for you? Do you have an accountability partner? And what is your actual long-term goal? So on our platform, as I mentioned at the beginning, we talk a lot about education, bringing awareness. So I have a doctorate, I have a DBA, but I am not a medical doctor. So I'm just saying as a disclaimer, please always check with your physician, with your doctor, with your healthcare provider before you start any type of new process or any type of food or nutrition plan. So when we think about getting rid of things in our body, putting things in our body, stopping putting those things in our body because of the fact that they're not good for our health, many times we feel kind of uncomfortable. We start to think about giving up something that we really enjoy, and that can be difficult. I know for me, I personally like sugar. I like chocolate. And I like to have chocolate every day, actually, if I'm honest. I know it's not good for me. So I've actually detoxed numerous times. I've stopped with carbs. I've stopped with sugar. I've stopped with wine. And I've done it specifically for a reason, which are health related reasons. I have ulcerative colitis. You probably know this if you've watched any of the shows before. And so what I'm interested in is having a healthy lifestyle that I can live with over the long term. So I have done this detoxing process. And just so you know, when you think about detoxing and taking sugar and taking carbs out of your diet, again, what kind of lifestyle are you living? And I'll give an example. I am also a fitness instructor, and I typically work out or teach once or twice a day. I'm always working out at least twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. And when I don't eat the right combination of foods, it can really be debilitating in that I don't have the energy that I need to do what I need to do. Now, we sometimes get into a pattern where we'll eat food that's bad for us, and then we want to go and exercise it off. So I've done this, and I'm just going to admit it. I have a spin bike, and there have been times when I would have 3, 4, 5, 6 chocolate chip cookies while I was on the bike because in my mind, I'm saying, it's okay, you're going to work it off. But in reality, in that case, I'm putting my body at a detriment because I'm giving it something that it doesn't need, doesn't want. I just want it because it tastes good. And then my rationale is, well, I'll just stay on this bike for an extra hour. So while that's great, it's great to get exercise. We have to think about what is that additional hour of exercise doing to a body like mine that's already working out so many times during the day. So it doesn't actually make sense. So we interviewed somebody here a few times, and she's an author. She's written children's books, and she talks about something called the pleasure ladder. And the pleasure ladder, it's really kind of in alignment with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And many times we crave something because we've deprived ourselves of it, or we associate certain emotions or feelings along with that experience of having that. So for some people, it's salty food. For other people, it might be sweets. And again, for me, I do love my chocolate. So let's start thinking about living a longer, healthy life. How can we do that? And how can we actually get rid of certain things that are in our diet that are not serving us? Well, the idea of giving up anything can be overwhelming. We can think to ourselves, I can do this for an hour, I can do it for a day, but there's no way I can do it for long term. Right there, we're setting ourselves up for failure because we're already telling our subconscious, I'm not going to be able to do this. So if you think you're not going to be able to do it, you probably will not be able to do it for any sustainable time. So ask yourself, do I want to do a detox? Do I want to change my lifestyle because I want to have a long, healthy life? Or am I doing it because I want to lose weight? Or am I doing it because my skin doesn't look the way I want it to look? And I heard if I gave up sugar, it might be something that would help. What are your reasons? Write them down. Get yourself a journal. I have a small blue book. I wish I had it here. But I write things down in there so that I can remember them and I can refer back to them. Because as you start on your process of the detox, you might end up saying to yourself, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't really want to do it. And I'm going to have to just reevaluate what I'm doing. When you have your why, when you see yourself on the other side of where it is you want to go, then you have a reason to keep doing it. Also, when you start out doing something like this, get yourself an accountability partner. Now, it can definitely be a family member, but if the family member is not supportive of what you're doing, which happens sometimes, then you might want to find someone else, maybe someone where you work or someone where you volunteer or a friend, somebody that you can check in with and they can just ask basic questions about how you're doing. And when you start to question, then you can have a conversation. And of course, you can hire professional coaches. You could hire a professional nutritionist. There's many options for you to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. So start off strong. What is your why? And then envision yourself on the other side of accomplishing what it is that you want to accomplish. I have downloaded an app on my phone. It's called Zero, not a paid spokesperson. And what I do is when I'm doing intermittent fasting, for example, or longer term fasting, I'm tracking what it is that I'm doing. So you might be able to look and search and find in the App Store, is there some type of app that you can use to help you with your new lifestyle and the changes that you're going to make? So you've established your why, you've written it down, you've sought out an accountability partner, and you've seen yourself on the other side of where it is that you want to go. So write down everything that you're eating. This is what I've done, because many times we're getting sugar or carbs in places that we weren't even aware that they were. And you've heard this before, but by reading the ingredients on a package, you're going to find out if there's sugar. If it's in the first three of the ingredients, that means that there's a high concentration of sugar. It's my understanding. And sugar has different labels for it. So find out what's in the food that you're eating and what is it that you can give up. So here's an example. I was reading an article about a comparison between ketchup and mustard. And the article was basically about the fact that people like their fried foods or French fries, whatever it might be, and they want to dip it in the ketchup. And then instead of it being ketchup doesn't have a lot of calories per tablespoon, I believe, but it has sugar in it. So now you're negating the entire reason of what you're doing. And of course, French fries, should they be on your plan? I'm not sure. So sugar shows up in places where we might not expect it. Look at your carbohydrates. Now, I just had a conversation with someone the other day, which was actually very interesting. And we were talking about what I was eating. And basically, I have very few carbs in my diet. And she was explaining to me that with the amount of training that I'm doing, I need to have carbs. So I listened to what she said, and that I did some research myself, and I realized that this is actually true. But mentally, I was not able to say to myself, okay, I'm going to go and have a bagel, for example, because in my mind, I'd already decided a bagel was bad and I shouldn't eat it because the way it breaks down. And so I've trained myself to be eating mostly protein. And I do take these supplements from Juice Plus, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But you can't have a diet where you're relying on all supplements. That's not really healthy as well. Supplementation is fantastic if you have a good eating plan already. So you're looking at what you're eating on a regular basis. You're doing some research about what is in the products. And if you're finding that most of your diet is packaged foods, they come from a manufacturer, they're in packaging, as opposed to them being from the earth, from the land, then you are getting ingredients that your body probably doesn't need. So that's why I think some of these grocery chain stores have done so well, because they're focused really on what you can get out of the ground, what's natural, what doesn't have additives. And that is a little bit more expensive, that type of shopping. So you have to also think to yourself, what is my budget for making these changes so that I can have a healthy lifestyle? And if you find yourself a little overwhelmed because you're feeling that these are a lot of variables, maybe I should just do what it is that I'm doing. Remember your why. That's what I always say. And expect that it's not going to be easy. You already know when you make a change, think of any change you've made in your life, whether it's a relationship change, whether it's a career change, it could be a religious change, it could be any number of things. It's not easy because that's part of the journey. So you've decided to go down this path for a healthier lifestyle, and you say to yourself, whatever age you are now, what age do you want to live to? And how can you take a path that starts right now today to have that healthier lifestyle for the long term? Does that mean you have to give up sugar and carbs forever? No, it doesn't mean that. You can have a cheat day once a week or once a month. It's up to you, but it has to be where you're eating healthy, whole foods on a regular basis And these other things, the sugar and carbs, are once in a while, because what happens is we give things up and they're not out of our body for a long enough amount of time. And I've heard all different numbers. I've heard 21 days, 30 days. Somebody just told me 90 days. It's basically about breaking a pattern of behavior. And to break that pattern, that takes time. Think about where you are today, whether it's your weight, whatever your health situation is. It didn't happen overnight. You might have just found out about it. You might have just gotten on the scale and said, you know what? Wow, when I look over the last number of years, I've put on whatever amount of weight. Well, it didn't just happen. It happened over time. So to reverse and undo what's been done, that is going to take time. So as we just bring that up, and then we'll get in specifically to the detoxing, have a plan, have a goal, know your why, expect challenges to come up, and have an accountability partner. Have a budget for food that is pure and clean, that comes from the ground, that lives on the earth, as opposed to things that are manufactured somewhere in a factory. Now, when we think about eliminating certain foods from our diet, is it a great idea to say to yourself, okay, I'm going to eat whatever I want today. I'm going to have as much sugar and carbs as I can. And then tomorrow I'm going to wake up and that's the end. That is a possibility, but you might find that your body starts responding in a way that you didn't expect. So I know that when I give up sugar, I feel a little shaky, and I especially will feel it when I go to work out. I've given up sugar numerous times in my life, and then ultimately I come back to it because I get bored, I think, or maybe I'm not getting the exact results that I want. But in terms of longevity, giving up sugar is always a good idea. If you've ever known anyone that has had cancer, one of the first things they tell the patient is you've got to give up sugar because it just helps the cancer spread and grow. So we know it's not a good thing, but it makes us happy so we can have it once in a while. So what I was saying is that when I do give up sugar, the next day, especially my workouts, I feel a little shaky. And sometimes I start perspiring, but I know what the reason is. I know that this too shall pass. And you have to push yourself through it and have a plan that at a certain time you're going to eat. You can look forward to that. Have your meals planned out in advance so that you're not coming home and just going through the refrigerator and the cabinets. And food becomes part of your daily fuel. It's the fuel that you need to do what you need to do. Your body automatically needs a certain amount of calories just to do what it needs to do. And if you think about it, if you've ever been sick and you've been in bed, you're literally not doing anything and you start losing weight. So people think that exercise is the key and you can eat whatever you want, but that's not true. They go hand in hand. If you want to be lean, and again, what is your why? Is it about your weight? Is it about your waistline? Is it about inches? Or is it about longevity? Is it about overcoming inflammation in the body? There's so many whys that people have. So you have to remember what yours is. So you decide you're going to give up the sugar, you're going to give up the carbs, and you have a meal plan planned out for you. There are plenty of companies out there that ship food to you. It's already packaged. I personally have not had this experience, but when I say package, I mean they put it together and send it to you so it's fresh and the meals are already organized so that all you have to do is heat it up, put it in the refrigerator, whatever the case is. Have a plan, a meal plan for what you're going to be eating. Many times people will weigh their food. I know there's one of the big weight loss centers where that's a part of their program is weighing. You also can use a small plate. Our friend Red O'Laughlin here on this platform, he always talks about using a salad plate. If you're used to a dinner plate, go to a salad plate. That doesn't mean pile it up so high that the food's falling over, but cut down your portions. And what eventually will happen is your appetite will shrink. And the cravings that you've had for sugar and carbs will go away. Something to keep in mind, which I found is very helpful, is increasing the amount of water that you're taking in when you are detoxing. So, what I found is I have, and I did an Amazon Live on this, I have a water bottle and it fills up to 32 ounces, and I fill it twice a day. So, I'm at least getting 64 ounces of water. When I'm really hungry, sometimes it's not that I'm hungry, but it's just that I'm dehydrated and I need to have water. Now, for someone like myself who exercises as much as I do, I need to have more water probably than the average person. So that's something to keep in mind. Get yourself a refillable water bottle that you can have with you. And again, I like this one because, and it's on Amazon, it has lines that show exactly how much water you have in there. And so by this time of day, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., you should have had this much water. So that's kind of something to look forward to because you have a goal for yourself. The goal is, for me, I want to be able to drink 64 ounces of water at a minimum. So that's helpful for me because it's a goal and I'm very goal oriented. Okay, so now we think about the food selection. If you see behind me this graphic, we see whole healthy foods. And I used to think to myself that there's no way I'm going to be able to eat food like this. During, I would say right before the pandemic, I was eating a lot of, they were called TV dinners. And this one brand specializes in lean options. And that's what I was eating, maybe 2 meals a day. And I said something to someone and they said to me, do you realize you're eating, first of all carbs? Who knows what is in there? There's a ton of salt and preservatives. And sure enough, I did some research and it was garbage. It was all garbage. It tasted good, but both meals I was eating were basically carbs and sugar and a lot of preservatives and things that I don't even know what they are. So I stopped eating that. And of course, that was a transition because we want it to be easy. We want everything to be easy. Just pick it up and go. And what I found now is I'm actually preparing my food. And I typically am eating hard-boiled eggs. That's not difficult to make. And then I like to have tuna in that package. I mean, around the world, I'm sure that they must have it in various places, 17 or 18 grams of protein. And then I'll put some pico de gallo, which are chopped tomatoes, onions, cilantro. I'll put some of that on there with some blueberries, some raspberries, some arugula, some sliced almonds, and then a little bit of olive oil with some pepper. And that's pretty much what I'm eating. I'll change out the protein to tuna, to salmon, to chicken. And I'm living pretty much on that every day. And I think it's amazing. So the other day I did have a bagel, which was the first bagel I've had in a long time. And I'll tell you what, it was really good. It was a toasted bagel with butter and American cheese. And I hated the first bite. I thought, oh, I don't want to do this because I've been so good. But I thought about the fact that I need to have carbs. And then I just enjoyed it. It was absolutely delicious. And then yesterday and today, I wanted to go back to the bagel store. And I said, no, you can't do this all the time. But when you are enjoying the food, sincerely, just let that happen. The voice in your head, the angel devil saying, I told you not to eat this, just eat it and enjoy it. Enjoy it because you deserve it. You've earned it. It's when we're doing it all the time that becomes a problem. So detoxing from sugar and carbs is absolutely something I have done numerous times and I found great value. What is the great value to me? When I go for my physical and the blood tests, green, 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 green. Occasionally there's a red here or there, but one of the reds was vitamin D, for example. And because I'm in the dark inside most of the time, that made sense. I need more vitamin D, so I take vitamin D supplements. But I found that to me was my gold star. I'm always looking for the gold stars, meaning accomplishments, and having a good report from the doctor, from the lab work, that's essential, especially as we get older. And as you know, none of us get out of here without having something. So I've had ulcerative colitis for 34 years, and I'm very grateful to be in remission. And I know that my diet plays a huge role in that. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Juice Plus supplementation and the value that it can bring to you and your family. So stay tuned.
USA Global TV and Radio, in partnership with Dr. JACALYN LLC, present Amazon #1 best-selling author, Dr. JACALYN KERBECK. Dr. JACALYN KERBECK is a certified life, career, and executive coach who teaches people how to listen at an elevated level through her courses and her books. Dr. KERBECK teaches her clients how to open their hearts and express themselves through their creative genius. In her children's book series, The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the listening mentor, Dr. KERBECK teaches children and their families how to listen at an elevated level. Dr. KERBECK has worked with clients across the world to guide them in how to express themselves and communicate at a highly effective level. Join our team of elevated listeners so you can listen without judgment, without providing a solution, without interruption, and without stealing the stage. To order your books today, go to drjacalyn.com or Amazon.
Kapayapaan, kapayapaan, kapayapaan.
Diane Floyd Bame's A Song of Peace tells the story of a young lad named Tommy whose fervent wish for peace on earth touches the hearts of his friends and family, spreads to his community, and eventually unites the whole world around making his dream of peace a reality for everyone. Sit down with the children in your life and share Tommy's amazing story of love and hope. Sing your own song of peace and invite the children to join you. Tommy's tale is more than just a story. It's a movement, and everyone's warmly welcome to take part.
Kapayapaan, 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 kapayapaan.
You'll find A Song of Peace, along with many other wonderful learning and enriching opportunities for children of all ages, at dianefloydbame.com.
Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, and hello to all of our viewers and our listeners across the world. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is It's Your Healthy Lifestyle. We've been talking a lot about longevity. We've been talking about changing the way we're eating, and we've been talking about our lifestyle. And something I really want you to take away from this show is when you're eating healthy, you have the nutrition that you need, but there's still an opportunity to improve your health. And so what I found is that these supplements from Juice Plus have really made a difference in my life. And I have been taking Juice Plus for a year now. Roland Friedl, who is not able to join us today, he's been with them, I think it's 29 or 30 years. That really says something. So what happens with Juice Plus, I'm going to be talking about the products itself, but they come as capsules. You can see here, I take 2 each day. So there's 4 bottles. Okay, there, and I just go by red, purple, green, which isn't going to show up, and orange. So what we basically have here for the red, we've got blended fruit and vegetable juice powders in these capsules. And then for the purple, this is the berry blend, blended fruit and vegetable juice powders. The green is blended fruit and vegetable juice powders, vegetable blend. And then the orange is plant-based omega supplements. So 2 of them a day with water. Let's take a look at the Juice Plus website. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show, I'm a Juice Plus distributor, and so is Roland. So if you're interested in any information, please do reach out to me. You can contact me on my email or any of my websites, and we'll be posting that a little bit later. So I know for me, I never get enough fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables. I eat arugula, which I mentioned, but other than that, I don't eat a lot of greens. So I definitely should eat more, but the supplements really help. So part of the story of Juice Plus is that they actually, the people who run this company, they actually get the fruits and vegetables right from the ground. So they're from plants to products. And I really love that. They have growing partners and people who are harvesters. And when they harvest, they get the fruit, the vegetable at its peak in terms of production of for this produce. If you think about it, many times you go to a grocery store and you see fruit or vegetables, they don't even look good. You don't know how long they've been there. You don't know what they've been sprayed with. You don't have to worry about that when you're taking Juice Plus supplements. And after they harvest them, they do a quick freeze, and then those nutritional elements are locked in. So that's the value that gets delivered to you. And they come in these little capsules, as I just mentioned, over 30 different fruits and vegetables and berries. Everything is completely washed, clean, and all the ingredients are packed full of vitamins. So this is an opportunity for you to do some research. Juice Plus has done a ton of research, and it's available on their website. You can actually go here and you can read. I know for me with a doctorate, I'm very interested in finding out about research. I think that it's important to find out reading peer review articles, not just something off Google. Google's great, but you want people who are academics, who are experts in these fields to do some research and be able to communicate what they found. So you can learn more there. And it's very convenient because everything gets shipped directly to you and you pay per quarter, I believe it is. And I just think it's the best thing that's happened. My hair is really long. People said to me, I can't believe how long your hair is. I'm like, I know, it is really long. It's really long. So it's an opportunity for you to supplement what it is that you're already doing. And as we come to the end of the show today, what I'd really like you to take away is this. It is possible for you to make small changes in your life that have a major impact for your longevity. And if you are someone who has an autoimmune condition or some other type of condition, you can make changes on your own without having to go the route of pharmaceuticals, at least at first. Give it a try. I always think the holistic approach is the best approach. And then if that doesn't work for some reason, okay, well, then you can talk to your doctor about pharmaceuticals. And maybe sometimes, I know for me, full disclosure, I've been on the same medication for 34 years and I'm not giving it up because I'm in remission and I don't want to have a flare up. But I do believe in supplementation. I do believe in detoxing, in intermittent fasting. I think all these things make a huge difference. And so if you're interested in learning more about detoxing, or you're interested in learning more about Juice Plus, please do reach out to me. You can find me on either one of my websites, drjacalyn.com, usaglobaltv.com. All the contact information is there. If you are someone who's living in the South Florida area and you are interested in fitness and wellness, I am a certified coach. I'm a certified life, career, and executive coach. I'm a certified meditation instructor, a certified yoga instructor, and a certified spinning instructor. And I am teaching here in the South Florida area. And I would love to have you come to my classes at the Spin District and the Strength District. And you can find more information here in the comments before we close out the show. So thanks for being here. Today, we're coming back with our next show, which is The Listening Mentor. And we look forward to seeing you there. Again, any questions, any concerns, any goals that you have for 2024, and you'd like somebody to listen and to work it out with you, I'm here for you. So thanks again. And we look forward to having you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV. You can find all types of content that we've put together over the last 2 years. We've just entered our 3rd year, and we have global reach. We have people from all over the world who are expert correspondents, who are our guests, our sponsors. And our goal is to bring you world-class education, hope, and inspiration, and also to help the entrepreneurs out there. We want to help you sell your vision. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK. I'll see you again for our next show. Bye.